Yo, how are we doing, peeps? Let's come out of that screen, pull myself up. Hope you're all doing really well. I'm okay, I'm all right. Can't believe it's Tuesday already, crazy. Nearly hump day. So, a busy week just gone by, an even busier one coming up as well, lots going on. I won't get into too much of what's going on, I'll stick to what's important. I'm going to put a little kicker along the bottom there. Okay. So any of you jumping on, let me know where you are in the world, how you're doing. Throw us up a like, throw us up a comment, throw us up a love heart. It does wonderful things for the algorithm. More people get to see these short lives, and it's going to be a short one today. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing tonight in the private H4 Through the Looking Glass Hypnotherapy Hub group. We're going to do the first live interactive session. I'm surmising there won't be loads of people on it, but that's cool because we're going to go through the format and how we use the positivity stuff and that kind of workshop, how we're using consequential language to keep ourselves positive as well, what that's happening in our bodies and minds, why we're keeping ourselves in our intellectual mind, so that then when we do relaxation or hypnotherapy, and even sometimes with meditations, what the language is doing. It's going in, it's reprogramming your subconscious mind because you've got your two minds focusing on the same thing. So it's absolutely super powerful. And that's essentially what rapid transformational therapy is. I've got a comment. Let's have it. Good morning from Maryland. Hope things are going great. Yeah, thanks, Han. Going really well over here. I'll give you, actually, I don't think you'll see, when I pan, it probably just bright light, but it's a lovely view. There is a lovely view out there. It's super warm. It's cold here where I am inside, which I shouldn't complain about really, because I can just go outside, can't I, of course, and go for a swim or whatever I want to do. So that's what we've got going on today. So if you're interested in doing a little bit of this transformational work for yourself, whether it's you want to help with clarity and performance and focus, or whether it's you want to have less stress in your life, cope with that stress better. Maybe you've been suffering from worrying and that's caused anxiety, maybe some depression. This covers a plethora of different issues in a very relaxing and passive way, without delving into the past, without intrusively kind of delving into your innermost secrets and thoughts at times. Very passive indeed. It's talk therapy essentially, and it's about you really connecting with yourself. I mean, the hard work's always done by ourselves essentially in our lives, whether we're goal setting, striving to do something, or it's just about us showing up, taking action and doing it, right? And that's how we get things done. So anyone's interested in joining that group, throw me up a private message, throw me up a comment, and I'll give you more information about that as well. It is a subscription group, but it's a brilliant way for you to start using RTT frameworks, the rapid transformational therapy techniques, having audios, having accountability, basically being handheld and have guidance, being shown love from me more so than just kind of watching a live on Facebook, having that access basically for the Q&As and the behind the scenes scoop of actually what's going on in our extraordinary lives at the moment. And I know in the description I would have put about it's all for a bit of fun. It's all for a bit of fun, and it's all about but just having opinions really. But you have to say that just so that you don't get censored or pulled down. But there's some really interesting stuff going on. If you look back maybe to, I put something up of a friend of mine, Jeff Montague Smith, about some topics coming up today. So go and check out that video, because that's a real eye-opener into what's going on behind the scenes at the moment. And it's all coming out slowly. We've got 11 weeks till Christmas, guys. 11 weeks till Christmas, 11 weeks. Obviously a week later, it's a new year. So we're talking about 3 months, and this time of year, when I'm talking with teams in the entrepreneurial space, we're normally looking at starting to do the things that we're going to do in January. So normally people would be like, New Year's resolutions, and no one fucking ends up doing them, right? So you start preparing for those New Year's resolutions now. Obviously, this last year has been a pinnacle year. It's so strange because I was saying that to a couple of people in my close network and family beginning of the year, that 2020 is going to be a pinnacle year for many of us in our lives. And that was even before having a little sniffle, pardon the pun, of the COVID thing and knowing what was going on behind the scenes. Spiritual community, I think, known, there's stuff going on in with, was it like the cosmos and with the universe and with astronomy and astrological stuff going on. March, April time saw we went into the Aryan chapter, which meant that we were then moving from this masculine led world and energy into a more feminine, more caring, more connected, more creative energy. And then the COVID thing happened and everyone's slowed right down and caused a lot of fear, a lot of worry. I believe a bit of a smokescreen for other things that are being taken down. And a lot of people think that people like me saying that kind of thing is a little bit ludicrous, but it really isn't. It really isn't ludicrous at all. And it's all slowly coming out. I personally think Trump will win the election in America, and I think that's a good thing. You have to go join a private group to find out why I am not best buddies, but I'm a little bit of a fan of his. I think there's certain things that he's wants to take down, which I think is good. Apart from that, I can't say too much about it. But that's what the private group is for, to speak freely and to talk about controversial topics. As well as having that support so that people can't always be in a position, or because of fears, or because the way the finances are at the moment, can't do the whole one-on-one stuff and have live sessions. But obviously everyone needs to do what's right for them in their body, in their mind, and also with energy transfer as well. It's the same, and we need to keep that flow of money, that flow of energy going. So that's why I created the group. Essentially to get the help of people that want it, that follow, that would like to try, and also to have thought-provoking questions, really, and to be in that community of like minds, which is super, super important as a support network of what's going on in the world right now, I believe. So then we've also got a very, very important event kind of astrologically with alignment of planets and stuff, which means that there's going to be a lot of activity, there's going to be a lot of connections, there's going to be a lot of powerful stuff going on for people, but like anything in life, if you're unknowing, you're just going to sail on past it and not know. You'll just be more like a full moon or an eclipse or something, where you just think, oh yeah, it just feels a bit weird. We're all attuned and have these six senses to pick up on these things. So we've all got it inside us to be able to be attuned. But if you aren't, then you aren't. And I believe that through bad diet, through non-exercising and self-care, we don't allow ourselves to go to a certain frequency, which makes us more open to those kind of things. I know that me personally, me struggling with the light and the dark and not knowing about the feelings for essentially what was 37 years of my life, and then being open to those things, I then really started understanding more about what alcohol, sugar, chemicals were doing in our body and to our minds, creating grey matter that then meant that we don't perform, as cerebral capacities actually hindered somewhat. So if you are setting yourself up for the win, if you are thriving, if you're vibing high, if you're giving and doing the right things, when it comes to exercise, diet, what you're putting in, what you're consuming in your mind, then these are all really, really powerful tools to being more attuned and enlightened effectively. You know, if you go out and have a few drinks the next day, you're going to feel you got the booze blues, you're going to feel like foggy head. You know, you're going to have more stirring thoughts. You're going to be in your primitive mind, as it were, because you're going to be, I just want to stay in. So, of course, that in modern day symptoms is depression, because your body's just trying to self-preservate, you know, keep you protected, because you're not thriving, you're not 100%. And if, you know, if a polar bear comes running down the road or another tribe wants to come and attack you, you know, they're going to snaffle you. That's kind of how it is. That's how it works. But when we are in those communities, or when we're in a great place in ourselves, as well as with the people around us, we do thrive. We thrive. We're more light and playful energetically. And I think we can all agree that when we are light and playful energetically, I mean, just look at children, look at things in nature, animals, they're in the here and now, they're very present beings. And of course, when we're in the present, nothing can harm you. And that's why it's called the present, because it's a gift. So you've got to open your gift every single day, squeeze as much out of it as you can, and carry on forward. So lots happened this year, hell of a lot. I shot a bit of a weird video a moment ago, eating beans on toast with a with a spoon. Sorry, because I've just sorted out all the washing and stuff. So I was just like, I'm not going to wash up. Everything going to the dishwasher. And so I just grabbed the spoon, just eating my breakfast, which was cool. And I thought about all these different things about how, you know, how some people can just be too happy in the face of diversity, or what assets we have to ourselves to hold ourselves accountable sometimes. And I just thought back over the last kind of few years since where I was when I left here, when I come back. Even the last 3 weeks, it's been 3 weeks since, I mean, my eye kind of looks a little bit, you know, whereas now the swelling's coming right down because I had a nasty accident 3 weeks ago. And you know, there's a lot going on under there now. You know, there's lumps and bumps and bits of bone and stuff I can feel, but I'm okay. And it could have been a lot worse. And you know, I'm so grateful and also mindful about things like law of attraction and about the you know, the support that people give you. Also, you've got to be so careful about the language and the love that you're putting out there into the universe as well, because we just manifest the shit out of everything. We really do. We've got to be so careful how we use our language, because the major one control we have is our thoughts, and we are manifesting creative beings that basically we create our reality through our thinking, and our thinking creates our perception, and that's what we see, that's what we shine the light on, and that's what we get more of. So if you sit there feeling sorry for yourself and feeling down, you're going to get more of that. And if you're light and happy and playful and thinking about good things and taking positive action, positive steps towards the things you want in your life, well, then that's going to work as well for you. And what I basically was thinking, I won't say too much because it will spoil what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something creative with like a video with slides. You know, what do you see? Because we all see things differently. And as I was sort of stood there in the sun eating these beans with a spoon, and I was like, I just see a lad eating beans on toast with a spoon. And then I go into a little bit more about how I thought and felt the last few weeks, where I am now. I've created the new group. We've got members coming in all the time. How I've got to be so careful about the language I'm using so people understand what the group's for, so they get the most value out of it. You know, and then also be in contact with people so that then they can say what they want, or say what they think is a good idea, or what they would like me to talk about, so that I can give that more value, or point you in the right direction, actually, to be honest, because a lot of the times when people ask for things, it's there already, and just steer you in the right direction just to find it, because it might be there already for you. So yeah, I'm going to crack on. I feel very, very light and playful today. Got to spend a couple of days taking some serious action, and getting some decent content and stuff out there so that I can have people coming to the office over here in Spain. That needs to happen. Otherwise, it's kind of like a dead space, and I'm not going to live there. Also got people coming to my apartment for started doing a bit of sort of Reiki and energy healing, as well as doing what we do, the positivity and the rapid change, the rapid transformational therapy with relaxation, as well as the group stuff, and doing the new group as well, and live sessions with people, which has been nice. That I've got everything set up here at home, and it's so quiet and nice that I can just really get into flow and enjoy doing that as well. But I've got to get all those boxes ticked, and so I've got to take action in slightly different ways. I've also getting the social and fitness club, the rubble on the beach here in Spain as well, to get people out moving, playing games on the beach and just having a bit of fun. And that's very much going to be a beautiful thing, the light and playfulness. But it's not as easy as people think, just to create something and go with it. I know when I did it in the UK, it took a while. It took a while to get rocking and rolling. I was very lucky, actually, with that. We had a really good following straight off the bat. And here, of course, it will be just as good value, getting people out, that social element. So even if you have like 40, 50 people in a group, in an ideal world, you just throw one thing out there and then people can pick up on it and say, yeah, I'll come to that. But you do have to do the hard work. You have to put it in. You have to message people, tag people, because everyone's got lives. And because of the perception, because that awareness that we've got in our own lives, we all prioritize what's going on and how we programmed it. I've got a very close friend. He's probably one of my biggest fans across my channels. We probably would have met about a year ago doing an initial consultation for hypnotherapy. He didn't see it as a priority. He wanted to change and see what I do and follows and tags and likes on everything, but never took that investment in himself, which is to do with his own limiting beliefs, to be honest. So I did provide the guy with value as much as I can and support. And whenever I was doing free stuff like a 30-day mindset challenge or the TENS campaign that I did the Unbreakable 21, there's lots of different challenges and stuff that I've done, either for the helping people and the mindset stuff, or whether it was to helping people get into the entrepreneurial space, like starting online business and stuff. And people get involved with those things. And a lot of the time it's kind of like it's based around fitness and wellness and having those sort of challenges, which again, it's all about creating new habits. And you start creating new habits, and on repetition they just start showing up by themselves. It becomes your new normal. And it's really uncomfortable to do new things, and that's our brain trying to protect us. Whenever we are programmed, basically, to whenever we want to do something new or have a new idea, we have about 5 seconds, and then something pulls us away, and that's called hesitating. When you hesitate, then your brain fires up loads of neurons and stuff. Hello, Katerina. I hope you're well, my darling. And it fires up loads of neurons, which then alerts your brain and wakes you up and says, oh, what's all this happening? Had that thought, must protect you from it. When really all you probably needed to do was just take action towards it and do it. So you've kind of got the 5-second rule going on a lot of time, guys, when you want to do new things or you have like these brilliant ideas. But that higher state of consciousness, that's connecting to kind of like source energy and stuff, and all the best ideas and stuff in the universe, or that's where they come from. They come from that place where 9 times out of 10 will just discard them. That's the idea. I mean, I have these ideas pop into my head all the time. I remember being like a kid having ideas about different things and me drawing pictures and stuff. And then years later, these things that I was drawing or thinking about actually came to light. One thing I'll mention, because I was always into cars and stuff, I used to draw a Mini and a BMW. And we used to have the BMW Tourers, where they kind of had like the box back with 2 doors that open up. I basically drawn pictures of like a mini sized BMW essentially, but with these big doors at the back, and also but not with the square front with Beamers have, but having these nice rounded fronted headlights. Now, okay, of course, what is that I'm talking about? You're basically talking about the new Mini Cooper, which probably came out, I'm talking about drawing this when I was say like 8 or 9 years old. when car had been discontinued, the Mini, and then I was probably 15, 16, 17 when those cars then got bought out by BMW, and then they started rolling out these Mini Coopers. So, there's a few things like that. So now being more spiritual and more connected to the energy side of stuff and frequency, I know now that those kind of things and those little snippets was almost like divine energy, ideas, creativeness. So I'm actually very, very naughty for this myself. But when I have little ideas of, I could do this, I could do that, I don't write them down. And that's what you should do, because you write them down, you're taking action, you're positively stating it, basically. Like you're putting an intention out there if you write something down. And also you're creating a stronger memory in your memory matrix about that as well. But these are the sorts of things we can be talking about on live calls and stuff. And if anyone wants the old Q's and A's, then you're always welcome to reach out and have a chat, or even just jump on these lives, really, essentially, and we can have a little conversation. So this is me, Terry James, or Brexy, live from Spain, enjoying. Might be moving out of here tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Might stay here another week. Got a few things going on with energy healing and doing the RTT therapy, which is pretty cool. I'm very relaxed at the moment, and I'm surprised I'm so relaxed, really, because there's been so much going on in the world and so much going on with me recently that sometimes you think to yourself, shit, I should be freaking out. But freaking out, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to change anything. And by being calm and controlling the thoughts, making sure my routines are good, doing my affirmations in the mornings. I've posted some of those up in the group, I think, actually, some of the ones I listen to. It's creating that repetition. My thoughts are pretty good anyway. My automatic positive thoughts are pretty much on point. If any time anyone needs lazy days or anything like that, just make sure that you're checking in with yourself, being the good coach to yourself, the observer of your thoughts. Sometimes just imagining you're an umpire, just sitting back out of it, out of the stream of the flow of things, just seeing where those thoughts are going. Are they serving you? Do they need to be tweaked? If they're not serving you, do something to raise your vibration, whether it be eating the right foods, because that'll do it naturally, exercising, watching something funny, forcing a laugh, listening to music, hugging someone you love. And I've even had a little bit of that recently. I've had a little bit more social interaction than usual in the form of meeting new people. I met someone really, really nice that got on with speaking about spiritual stuff and what have you. And that was good. Felt good to have some new like minds around. So that was nice. And long may that continue. So keep putting out the positive feels, the positive ripples, and the right people. Put out your vibe, attract your tribe. Right people come into your life at the right time for exactly the right reasons. Believe in that. And in saying that, I've got to do some posts and stuff which are going to be quite cool, as I mentioned. But also, I'm going to force myself for a swim because I know it's going to be cold down there. It looks absolutely glorious. And I do like to swim. And I haven't swum in 3 weeks. And I think it's pretty safe to say that this is going to be all right. And I'm going to be all right. So 23 minutes in. Love to you all. Hope you're well. Share, like, comment, post. Love. Do what you can. Help us out. We're all here together. We've all got to look after one another. And remember, there's no fear, just the fear itself. And whatever it is you think you might be fearing, the chances are, if you're trying to jump the hurdles and the obstacles now, just hold on a little while, because by the time you actually get there, the chances are the fence and the hurdles and the walls that you're creating in your mind aren't going to be there, or they might just look different. You might just need to step over them. It might not be such the obstacle that you think it's going to be. Stay present in the here and now. Remember, you are awesome. We've got everything we need inside us to be happy and to be loved and successful. We just need to open our eyes, reach out and take those good feeling thoughts, because that's our choice. We are exactly where we are because of the choices that we made, and they took us there. And the choices we're going to make are going to take us to a whole new level. And things are changing. I think more and more people are coming out. More people are waking up to. There's stuff going on underground, really underground at the moment. and stuff's coming down. The way in which we live our lives socially, making money. There's a lot of things being changed, and we're going to have to just go with the flow a little bit, I'm afraid. How it's going to look, that sort of December 21st up to the 25th of December is going to be some big stuff happening, a lot of energy around, powerful stuff, shifts. You're talking about a new age in a frequency term for the world and for humans. We can start being so much more. The whole presidential election thing on the 3rd of November is a pretty big thing as well, especially for you American brothers and sisters over there. Everyone would do some dodgy hand wave then I didn't want to do. Again, programmed to do little hand signals and stuff, which are not nice. I tell myself off for doing it. I don't want to give power to that stuff. And then there's an initiative, isn't there? There's some sort of like fallout initiative for January 2020. January. I think it's the 21st of January, which will be the year 21 as well. And that's going to be another big one as well. Another thing that's being rolled out and done at the moment to do with track, trace, and these kind of things. The apps on your phone, and there's a lot of things coming, a lot of things changing. But just stay positive, guys. Keep hanging on in there, and remember, everything is in your head. And if you are finding it hard to sleep at night, if you're worrying about things, if you're finding it hard to deal with, then your salvation is to go within. Totally. Your salvation is to go within, to try and let stuff go, to self-soothe, to love yourself, to reach for the good feeling thoughts, to reach for high vibrational stuff in your life. And kind of be open to accept that if we don't do more of that stuff, then nothing will ever change or look better. We'll just keep going around in circles. So less really is more, and it is a choice. So take care of yourselves and each other. Hope to see you guys in and around the groups, giving me messages. And I'm going to keep promoting and offering that value, so that we can keep everything rocking and rolling. Okay, cool. Take good care of yourselves. I wonder if I can put this back up. So thanks again. Toodles noodles.